correctly. Number 5. The end of this series, we will find out who will be crowned the champion of week number 5 here, as we have one of those guys representing Korea as well as Samsung Galaxy. It is Reality. And his opponent, representing himself at the moment, if I do remember correctly, it is the Red Terran player. Hailing from Australia, it is Iaguz. Iaguz. A name that has been butchered by many. I had to make sure I know how to say it correctly, and I probably am still giving it a little bit of a incorrect pronunciation to an extent, but that's what I've heard. So here we go, out of both players seeming to get their gases relatively early here, except here for Reality. I believe he did open it up with the gas first, as he's able to get that factory out immediately, while Iaguz looking like he wants to change things up a bit, expanding off of a Reaper. So the aggressive opener going here for Reality, while Iaguz trying to do a bit of an expansion build. You know, he wants to see what's going on, what he should prepare for, and then basically just hopefully hold whatever it is and then have an economic advantage. But, you know, Reality is going to drop down a command center himself and also go for a Reaper, so he will be able to see what's going on. 50 gas going into that. Makes me wonder what he will use the rest of his gas for, as he does make a Hellion from the factory. And only one gas at the moment. He does add one now, but the Reaper has arrived here for Iaguz, and is going to be able to get some decent damage done, especially with that grenade ability. But the repair actually can... Oh my goodness, it actually can... well, he could probably throw a grenade and end that love party, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be pushed away here from Reality. Just repairing through the Reaper damage. And now some Hellions as well as some more Reapers are heading here for Reality, as he's trying to get some damage done himself. He might even be able to do some good damage here if he focuses correctly. And yeah, a little bit of some miss micro there. Doesn't take out the Marines, but they actually get bumped over the supply depot and then get locked out. Maybe they want to be there though. But with some Hellions coming as well as another Marine, or another Reaper, it's going to be tough. Ooh, good micromanagement coming out of Reality, as he does move his Reaper out of harm's way. And now Iaguz has to decide how he is going to defend here. He's making a Hellion of his own. But Reality is going to be able to camp the ramp here, because if those Marines and Reapers go there, they are going to get toasted by the Hellions. Even throwing some grenades to mess with that SCV, but with 2 more Marines popping out, I don't know, I think that Iaguz might be able to deal with this with the help of a Hellion too, but that Reaper has to be so careful. Really good management here. I don't even know if any units were lost. Looks like only a Marine in this whole game. 1 Marine out of Reality has been killed. Iaguz has not lost a unit just yet. Wow. But it might change here as the Reapers do go into the main. Nice little micro, putting that SCV into the gas, but one of those SCVs is so low, and it is going to get taken out. The Reaper, Iaguz, really getting some good defense here, and now he had the earlier command center. Didn't take, I don't even think he took any. Okay, he did lose an SCV, so through all of that, he lost an SCV, guys. 1 SCV. To the 2 Reapers, Marine, and Hellion of his opponent. And now Reality is like, okay, well that didn't work. Let's drop another command center and go into what it is that he will do. I'm wondering here, as he did get his second gas, it's really going to depend on what it is that he makes here. I think Reality is a mech player for the most part though. And he's actually going to get some good damage here. That's going to be more than 1 SCV, as 4 Hellions get dropped right into the main, and they're going to stack up. And a lot of these SCVs are going to die. The Marines are out of position. Oh, but the Viking is going to take out the medevac, so he's just going to have to try to get as much damage as done. Oh, I guess bringing up all the SCVs get taken out. 21 SCVs get taken out here by Reality, and how quickly things do turn. More are going to go down, actually. Oh my goodness. He's actually going to get another SCV out of that, and 4 Hellions for the price, low price of 4 Hellions and 1 medevac. 23 SCVs. Now, on the other side of things, it looks like not, well, on the screen it says 7 SCVs were killed, but whenever the Reaper does the bomb ability, I don't understand why, but it kind of messes with the game heart, making it think that like a bunch of SCVs died when they really didn't. So maybe it's whichever ones get like blown up into the air, it counts them as just dying. Excuse me, but that's not the case here. If you actually look at the units lost tab, there's only been one SCV killed by Iaguz. So, you know, I mean, this is kind of an issue here. As we do go into this later stage of the game, Reality like didn't get any damage done, and then all of a sudden, boom, 4 Hellions go and just ruin Iaguz's day, losing so many SCVs, and then Reality took a third behind it, so he's gonna get even further ahead. But if he focuses too much on that, you know, the army of Iaguz could be a little bit scary if he wasn't producing of his own. Because in the sky it is 4 Vikings, but on the ground it's only Hellions. I think there will be siege tanks in production very shortly, but he doesn't even have... Oh my god. He's not going to go for them. He's just going to go for Blue Flame Hellions straight up. And they're going to be able to deal with everything that's on the ground here for Iaguz. Even with the siege tanks there, you know, getting some good surrounds. Marines are not going to do well against those Blue Flame Hellions. That poor siege tank is going to get taken out. The Desperation Widowmine getting put down here, and even floating of the barracks makes me think that Reality is going to go into a very heavy mech style, and it does go down. It's kind of a shame though, because he's not going to be able to put down additional factories until he does remake a barracks. So hopefully he doesn't forget that in the late game. But here comes a great little concave out of Reality, taking out everything on the ground. Look at the target fire too to make sure they get the ultimate splash. And now this is a bit of trouble that Iaguz is in. He's just going to call the GG. GG Reality. Gonna take game number 1 with some really nice Hellion plays. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the ASL Bacon Weekly. I am Tempo, and here we do have 2 players to join me, giving me the pleasure of casting them. The first of which, taking a game in a really convincing fashion, it is going to be the Blue Terran player from Korea, Samsung's Reality. Samsung Galaxy. He is going to be playing against this guy in the bottom left corner. From Australia, it is the Red Terran, Iaguz. Definitely not a day to be an SCV if you're this guy. At least in the last game. Gonna open it up a little bit more aggressively this time, as he did get that gas first. Reality is also gonna be going for that once again. And let's see what he kind of pulls out. I mean, he did a really cool kind of push, but it got held so well by Iaguz. It was really the follow-up. So if Iaguz can execute something of his own, or even put up another good defense like he did, just not die to something else, you know, it's hard to know what is going to be the follow-up sometimes. And he got caught by surprise. So factory immediately getting dropped here for Iaguz, as well as Reality. Very identical builds. The only real difference is the building placement for now. As well here, as a really early second gas coming out of Iaguz. Well, Reality, maybe he's going to go for that kind of Hellion style again, you know? He did opt to go for that Reaper first. Iaguz is going to skip the Reaper this time in favor of a factory and a tech lab. Second gas coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a starport come down. And then he, oh, wait a minute. Hey, okay, gonna change things up just a bit, unless he builds it there, and he will. So, going to make most likely a Banshee, I would assume, but, I mean, you can still get Liberators in the upgrade as well. So, Liberators can still be pretty good. The options are a lot different now, here in Legacy of the Void, where seeing this doesn't necessarily mean it. Like a Banshee, but, I mean, I don't know. If he's expecting Banshees of his own, maybe he would go for the Raven too. I mean, he's putting it right in the front there, so he's not trying to hide it. So that makes me wonder if it actually is going to be Banshee, you know? Like, if you put it there at the front, and he is going to go for it no matter what. I think Reality does not see it yet. He actually is going to go on home before seeing it? Really? The Reaper should be able to at least check at some point. He's making multiple Reapers, by the way. He has 2 Reapers at the moment, and he's going to try to just do... I don't really know exactly what it is that he wants to do, but at least at home, he is looking like he is adding his own starport to the mix. And I think these Reapers should be for scouting and just a little bit of damage, you know, not like some crazy amount. He does see the SCV going down, which would mean that Iaguz did want to expand. And here come the Reapers, gonna try to get some good damage here with the grenades, keeping them alive just for a little bit longer. But I think only one of them are gonna get out of there. But even the Banshee's gonna come out, revealing itself and taking out those 2 Reapers, which did manage to take out 1 SCV. So not the best trade here for Reality, but it at least gave him the information that he needed to know exactly what it is that is coming, and that is going to be that Banshee. It's actually going to be accompanied by some Marines as well as 2 Hellions. So this Marine, he's not going to make it home. Sucks to be him. But with the Viking out, Cloak is not just done. Oh, even if he can get a few shots, it's going to be great. So the Banshee is just kind of getting zoned away. And now the Cloak has been activated. But there is a turret inside of the mineral line. But in this position here, I actually think it is in range. Marines are going to cover fire for that Banshee. And you have to be careful not to get taken out by the 2 Hellions here, because they are the only anti-air that can deal with this Viking, or multiple Vikings. And now, it is just going to be some good damage done by Iaguz, but he trades away a Banshee, as well as his whole ground force, at the cost of, I would say, 7 SCVs here for Reality. So, getting some good damage done here. And there's a second Banshee to follow things up. And keep in mind, there was a scam that was used. And a second scan here for Banshee number 2. If he can get out, and he does... Ooh. Yeah, that's what happens when you get out of the scan range. That's kind of a weird looking circle there, by the way. I think the terrain kind of made it look funny. But nope, flies into turret range, and you're going to get taken out super easily. While Reality going to be going for some Banshees of his own. I guess Smartly is going to be going for the Raven, though. And as long as he has sufficient anti-air, he should be okay and shouldn't take too much damage from the Banshee. But I don't even think he has a engineering bay. And the Raven is starting to come out now. These Marines don't have stim. They don't have combat shield. I mean, yeah, with the amount of Hellions that Reality loves to make, these are not going to be sufficient anti-air to deal with the Banshee. With Cloak as well. So the Raven is going to have to try its hardest to get a perfect auto turret or something. Now the way that Reality is going in, he's going to go over here. And there's not enough anti-air here, but luckily there is a Raven. The Raven is going to be able to push it away. And with Vikings coming out, that Raven is in trouble. And the Hellions are busting through. There's no lift up on the supply depot. And in come the Hellions into the main base of Iaguz, who is going to have to pull SCVs. Not something you want to deal with against Hellions. The Vikings are going to be landing here, but the Banshees are just cleaning everything up. Reality with a beautiful counter push. Going to take game number 2. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, match point. They met on Ruins of Saras. It is the 2 Terran players who braved through the brackets, only to meet here in the grand finals of the ASL Bacon Weekly number 5. It is Reality. Or is it Fantasy? On the other side of things, they're changing up his color. Realizing that the red just wasn't working out for him, he is Iaguz. Alright, well, starting to be against the ropes here. Iaguz down 2 games in this best of 5. Reality, like, not even breaking a sweat, by the way. I mean, something about the way he's playing just seems like he really wants some bacon. I mean, if he wins it, he will be taking home $75. And regardless, whoever loses this series is going to take home $25 no matter what. So, I mean, you know, if you make it to this far, at least you are going home with something. Now, Iaguz did decide to go, didn't see if it was the racks first, but I think it might have been. But he's putting down a reactor on his barracks, by the way, while it looks like Reality opening up once again with the factory, but he took a really early second gas. And I haven't seen any like Liberator openers just yet, so I'm trying to wonder, like, you know, what the role of the second gas is going to be here. So the barracks is going to make a tech lab here. Are we going to see, like, Perhaps like a Cyclone opener. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Don't really see it as much. And the factory is going to most likely be lifted onto that, unless he puts down a starport the way that Iaguz built it right on it. And that's what he's going to do, so... yeah, just going to go ahead. They've spawned in cross positions right now, and I don't think Reality is concerned about that, as he has not sent out a scout just yet. And with the build like Banshee, I would assume that you would want to, so that you know where your opponent has spawned. So I wonder if he's gonna do something different here. You know, it looks like everything points to Banshee, right? But I mean, he could do something else if he decided to. He even denies the scouting here of Iaguz, who just now runs into him, and he's gonna use the Hellion to scout. So that's a smart move. Instead of wasting the mining time, he goes ahead, has a really solid build here. Doesn't matter if he scouts his opponent, you know, earlier or later. As long as he scouts it before the Banshees are on the field, he's gonna be perfectly fine. And he's gonna miss on scout number 1, but he will get on scout number 2. And then he's gonna even bring a Widowmine here to the front just to defend against any kind of crazy aggression, because he doesn't know what Iaguz is doing. There comes a scan though, and Iaguz is no longer in the dark. Gonna know that there is a researching tech lab. Oh, poor Hellion gets taken out by the thing that it usually would counter, but no, even sometimes you get Hellions and Marines still do pretty well against them. I think you need a blue flame and a good amount of them. So either it is going to be, you know, like Iaguz looks at that and says, okay, is he going to go for like really fast defender mode on Liberators or what? I don't know. You can assume that it is going to be Banshee, and he's going to go ahead and make a Viking out of that starport. As he... where did his Marines go? Oh, okay. They're hanging out inside of the mineral line. And the Viking should be out in time, and with the turrets here as well, I think he's perfectly safe. The only thing not safe is that supply depot on the north side of the base. But I'm sure that Iaguz can give that up, I guess. Wouldn't want to, but if that's the only damage the Banshee's gonna do, then hey, why not? So here it comes, and it already took out 2, I want to say Marines. Oh, 1 SCV. I think it was 2 Marines actually, because he killed an SCV earlier. Uh-oh, though, the Banshee gonna get in range of the turret. Has he found the spot, though? No, he's not found a sweet spot. He's just trying to get as much damage as he can get done. Little does he know he is in between 2 turrets now, but gonna be some decent damage. Only 3 kills, though. And with the Raven coming out of Reality, it's kind of similar to what we saw last game, where it's like, alright, I'm going Banshee now. Maybe after my Banshee, you're gonna counter Banshee, but no. I think he's just getting the Raven out because it's a great unit to have, at least one of. You can put down auto turrets, you can put down the point defense drones in the sky when you're trying to get that air control. The Banshee survives, surprisingly, and second Banshee's going to come here from the north side, and it's going to get 2 SCV kills so far, and maybe 3. I guess not quite reacting just yet. Where's that Viking, though? I didn't see... oh, wow, okay, well, there's a big drop inside of the main of Reality, rather. Gonna get pushed back, perhaps. With some good damage that was done there, though. 6 workers in total have been... oh, no, only 1 worker was killed there from Iaguz. 6 workers have been killed by Reality with those Banshees. And that Banshee did not manage to make it home, I don't think. I think one of them did, though. No, he's getting home. He's gonna make it on home. That means he has 2 Banshees that basically did some pretty decent damage and didn't die. So that unit retention here of Reality is looking to be pretty damn good. While Iaguz trying to get some damage done of his own, doesn't really get it, you know? Blue Flame Hellions coming out of Reality. And he does add on the other factories, so he's just going to mass produce them. And Iaguz is looking to go for what looks to be a Marine tank kind of build, you know? More barracks being added here as he does decide to drop down the 3rd command center. He hasn't really started the upgrades yet here for his Marines. But, you know, over time, that is going to start to come into effect. Getting the stim upgrade, getting you know, a combat shield, +1. But, oh my goodness. There's a push, actually, coming out here from Reality. And with the siege tank here, it's going to be pretty good. I think Iaguz could even, like, use the auto turret to try to soak up the damage from the Hellions, as they do have the better priority. But, I mean, these siege tanks... what is shooting? Oh, no! Iaguz was trapped there, couldn't make it through, and now he finally does get out with that siege tank. This third base is going to be a little bit difficult to hold, as that is the perfect kind of opening that you would love a bunch of units to come down if you have Blue Flame Hellions. And now he's just going to go for it, not even playing the contain game, just going on in. These Banshees do have Cloak if things do go sour, I would say. No, they do not. Yeah, they do. I'm sorry. They do have the Cloak, and he's going to utilize it. Going down, and he still can take out a lot of those Marines. If he can keep both Banshees alive, this would be great, but he does end up losing one. He's getting the damage done. He's putting the herd down on Iaguz right now. And you know what? This is looking pretty bad for Iaguz, but if he can stabilize, he does have the third base. He can make more units. He can make more SCVs, rather, and drop the mules, get back economically. But the thing is, Reality has a third of his own as well. This is not looking good. Blue Flame Hellions are pulling SCVs into their death. And this is just looking like it's going to be a quick 3-0. Reality takes the game, takes the series, and he takes the tournament.